everybody, it's Dr. Sandman. I hope that all of you are doing great. So today I have another tarot kind of first impressions for you. I say kind of because I've already looked through it quite a bit. I got it recently, and every time I pull it out or have it on me, somebody's like, oh my god, it's over the garden wall. Read my tarot with that. And I'm like, okay. Sorry for the little bit of a spoiler, but it's an Over the Garden Wall tarot. It's called Tarot of the Unknown. Here's the side, and there's a little quarter, and here's the grave symbol and stuff. Before we get into it, because I have seen it a little bit, I have to say, this is what all collaboration decks should be like, or strive to be as effective as, because it's very Rider-Waite heavy, going right off the bat. And it's also so over the garden wall. It's a perfect combination, and I don't think, I know, spoiler, but I don't think that it loses the card's meanings with how heavily it has tones and symbols and characters from Over the Garden Wall, which I'm obsessed with. I am obsessed. Over the Garden Wall. So looking into it, these are the backs. I think that they're adorable. Also, don't mind my nails. They are all like ripping off like one by one. So we have, oh my goodness. We have the Rock. We have the people from Pottstown. The little black turtles. I love the little black turtles. First of all, we have a few extra cards. Let's go through those. So we have this one, which tells you a little bit about the deck. Well, inspired by the Rider-Waite tarot deck, Over the Garden Wall, this has become its own entity, a guide for you as you head into the unknown and back again. That's so sweet! Okay, about the artist. So it has a little about the artist. You can pause if you'd like to read. And then, how lovely. It has some cards. So instead of a booklet, it has individual cards that help with the meanings of the rest of the cards. The only thing I don't like about this is that I wish it was a booklet so it's easy to separate them from the rest of the cards, because there isn't a separate compartment to separate them, so you might be shuffling and accidentally shuffle in these cards if you forget that these are a part of the deck. That's my only thing. But something that I do to help with that is I put them facing the opposite way, so when I take them out of the deck, I'm like, oh, something fishy is going on here. So yeah, let's get into it. Here are the cards. First we have the Greg. So instead of the Fool, I love that they changed the names for these. Some of them are really unique. So there's Greg, and he's got his rock. That's a rock fact. And the dog that he meets in the first episode. Then we have the Wirt. He's got his clarinet. I love Wirt. Wirt and the Woodsman are my two favorite characters. I love Wirt. He's so neurotic. I also love Wirt because I've never seen a Virgo so accurately depicted in a show before. Like, everything about Wirt screams Virgo. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Then we have, instead of the High Priestess, we have the High Beatrice. Which I think is super cool. I like that they have both versions of her here. And instead of the Torah, it has the Tome of the Unknown. Empress Marguerite, or is it Margaret? I can't remember how they pronounce it in the show, but you know, it's, you know, the tea lady, the woman thought to be a phantom. Emperor Endicott. We have Adelaide the Hierophant. She's got her scissors in hand. We have the Lovers, and then we have Miss Langtry and Jimmy Brown. That's right, darling. I was the gorilla. Then we have the Chariot, and it's Greg again. Auntie Whispers instead of Strength. But it's perfect because she's trying to tame the evil spirit that has taken Lorna. So it fits with the meaning of the card perfectly. So it's wonderful. I think that they did an excellent job on choosing the characters that coincide with what the cards mean while still being thematic. I think that they did have a perfect balance of this. Here's the Woodsman. I think they made him a little skinny. Isn't he like a little bigger in the show? I don't know, but perfect option for the Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. It's the steering wheel from the boat. The little cop. The Justice. Okay, so the Highwayman instead of the Hanged Man. So cool. I love that they got Blind Boy Paxton to voice him. He's so, oh my god, he's so cool. And then we have Lorna for Death, which I think is a perfect, again, I know that they probably chose her because she's scary and she looks like a skeleton and looks like the Death card inherently, but it's also a perfect depiction for the Death card because it's a sudden change, which is what happens to Lorna. Then we have Temperance. Then instead of the Devil, we have the Beast. I love the Beast. I think his voice is so interesting. Then instead of the Tower, we have the Enoch. Oh my god. Okay, so this one's so clever. Okay, so I adore this. So the Star, but also the Sarah. See what they did? I think that she's a perfect choice for the Star. I love Sarah. I love her character. We're just going to get some age-appropriate drinks. Okay, so this is the Moon, and this is, again, it's perfect. I think the show just has enough to grab from to make a perfect tarot deck. And I love that they have the half moon because the moon is a half moon throughout the whole show. And then they have the dog and then the wolf, the dog becomes, and then, which, first of all, perfect symbolism. And then instead of a crustacean, we have a turtle. One of the turtles, one of the turts, curling out of the water, which is great because that is traditionally a symbol of Cancer. That specific symbol. And in antiquity, Cancer also used to be depicted by turtles, so that's cool. This one's so funny. Okay, it's instead of the sun, it's Jason Funderburker. That's great. Oh my god. I love it. We have Judgment, and we have the skeletons coming out of the ground. The World. Then we have the Ace of Cups. And it's the solo cups from the party, which is funny. And we have the Two. We have the Three of Cups, and it's the three people that Wirt talks to at the football game. And then we have the Four. Also, forgot to mention, it's not glossy, it's matte. It's very nice and matte and smooth. So then we have the Five of Cups. Oh, this is a perfect depiction of it! Oh. He's focused on Funderburker when he should be focusing that Sarah is right there. Yeah, that's a perfect symbolism. The Six of Cups. This deck makes me so happy. 7, and then they have little drawings on all of the cups. And I like that they have a photo of the original background for the Eight of Cups on the wall. I very heavily associate Over the Garden Wall with the Sabbat of Mabon as opposed to Samhain, which I know a lot of people might be very confused by because it's literally a Halloween show. Halloween happens in the show, and it's a show made for Halloween. I love this card. But it just gives off more Mabon vibes to me. I don't know. Am I alone in that? So I might, oh, we have the Page of Cups. So I might use this card as this deck as my daily draws deck during the Mabon season, because I feel more connected to that season when I watch the show. The Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups, of course, and we have Sarah. I love Sarah. I think she's so funny and she's so cool. Jason Funderburker as the King of Cups. I love his voice too. He's crazy. Then we have the Pentacles, and these are coins. And then we have the people from Pottstown all throughout the Pentacles, which I love. Sorry if the video isn't focusing on the cards very well. I'm trying to get it to focus. God. Okay. Sounds funny. The Seven of Pentacles. And then we have the pumpkin who was carving another pumpkin. In the show is the Eight of Pentacles. And then we have the old pumpkin in the Ten of Pentacles. For the page. I think that this is a perfect Over the Garden Wall deck. I really do. I don't have any qualms with it. I think the characters were selected for the correct cards. I think that the symbols that they used are perfect. I don't think any reference from the show was left out. I think it's perfect. So if you love Over the Garden Wall and you like tarot, or you want to get a tarot deck, it still follows the themes of the Rider-Waite. Now, instead of the swords, we have axes. It still follows the imagery and symbols of the Rider-Waite, but if you're familiar with the show, that might aid in helping you understand what the card is trying to tell you, because you can attribute it to the episodes that you watched. You know what I mean? Three of Axes. Then we have the Four of Axes is when Wirt is asleep and, well, technically they're both asleep, and Greg is off in dreamland. I think that this next one is so powerful. Having someone becoming one of the Englewood trees in the Eight of Axes. I think that's really good symbolism. Then okay, good. Okay, good. I never noticed this. Okay, so we have the Nine of Axes, and Miss Langtree's father is lamenting life, and he has his coat, and on the lining of his coat is the symbols for the zodiac, which is important to this card. I missed that before. Then we have the 10. Oh wow, yeah, and it's somebody who's been turned into an Englewood tree. Wow, it's really powerful. Page of Axes. The Knight of Axes, and it's the crazy driver. Well, he's not crazy, but, well, maybe. Oh, and this is a perfect character to put for the Queen of Axes. It's the innkeeper, the tavern keeper, because she says exactly what's on her mind. She does not care if it hurts anyone's feelings. She says exactly what she's thinking, and that's like a perfect character for this card. Then we have the King of Axes. We have the Woodsman. I love the Woodsman. I know part of it is because he's voiced by Christopher Lloyd, and I adore Christopher Lloyd. I know he's not on that poster, but you can tell why. I'm a big fan. And then we have the Ace of Wands, and then we have the frogs as these characters. Oh, I never noticed. Okay, so for Pentacles, it's the people from Pottstown. Cups, it's the party goers. axes, it's I think it's just people, yeah, just people, like humans in the unknown. And for wands, it's the frogs. That I didn't notice that. That's cool. Oh, this one's not a frog. It's the little pig. Oh, so this one is animals from the unknown. Okay, I see. Yep, then okay. So then we have 2 more frogs. And then we have the students. Actually, I think these were the ones who weren't going to school. This is one of my favorite students. The cat. The cat and the pig, I think, are so cute. And we just have your standard 8 of Wands. Oh dear. And the Page of Wands is the trout or the fish that we see. Okay. The Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands is another student. It's a little bunny. Oh, and the old cat is at her feet. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. And then the King of Wands is George Washington / Jason Funderburker. I hear more people who are fans calling him George Washington, but in the show it's like determined that his name is Jason Funderburker. I guess people say that to distinct between the 2 characters. Okay, so let's do the shuffle test. Yep, shuffle's just fine. Guys, oh, I love this deck. It's so fun and happy. It's great. I'm a huge fan. I love it. I do. I would have to, you knew it was coming. It's a 10 out of 10. I think that the references to the show and the characters that they had are perfect. I don't think there was a single character or symbol from the show that that was important or should have been added that wasn't. I think that the art is beautiful. It's very close to the show. I love the colors that they used. It's nice and muted and autumny, or autumnal rather. Most importantly, these symbols that they chose coincide with the meanings of the cards. I think that it very wonderfully illustrates the meaning of the cards, and the references to the show augment the meanings instead of just like, oh, this character looks like this figure from the tarot, let's have them. They whether they thought about the meaning or not, or if it just happened to be perfect, then it just happened to be perfect. I can accept either of those. So but yeah, I have to give it a 10 out of 10. It's so wonderful. I do so deeply love it. I think they did a phenomenal job. If you love Over the Garden Wall and you do tarot, you're gonna love this. It's so good. It's so good. I have no complaints. The only thing I could think of, and this is nitpicking, is that I wish that these cards were a tiny booklet instead of extra cards, but like that's not a big deal. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and a comment. I have other tarot, oracle, and Lenormand videos on my channel. I have a whole playlist in case you're interested in watching more of those. And I will leave all my social media in the description below. And subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in my next video.